Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to another video. I just wanted to come on screen and introduce myself before the video started. I haven't said hi in a while. And if you're new, I want to thank you for joining my channel. If you're old, thank you for your support, your continued support. And I am truly blessed. I thank you all. I really do. Another thing I wanted to mention in the beginning of this video was I wanted to talk about the bloom technique and the bloom recipe. The bloom recipe and technique are not your original forms of acrylic pouring, and I see a lot of people are confused with ingredients. What I'm doing to try to help that is with my video titles. I am putting in the title whether it's an original acrylic pour recipe or if it's a bloom recipe. This way, you know that original acrylic pouring is for things like a Dutch pour, a ring pour, a flip cup, a dirty pour, a straight pour, a cloud pour, all those other techniques besides a bloom technique. Now, what's confusing is you are seeing some artists, myself included, that will use that bloom recipe to do something like a Dutch pour. Well, that's really the only technique I use it with. But I've seen people do flip cups with it and try to do ring pours. That's where people are getting confused. So just know that a bloom recipe was intended for a bloom technique. And what a bloom technique is it's controlling where your cells are in your painting. Whereas when you do an original acrylic pour recipe and you use something like Floetrol in all of your colors, cells are everywhere. So there's a difference. With the bloom recipe, you can define and keep them right where you put that one color, either the white, black, or whatever the cell activator is. You can get the cells to stay in that one concentrated area. Again, if you hear the terms house paint, untinted house paint, that is not the original form of acrylic pouring. I have a video that shows 6 different recipes for original acrylic pouring, and I'm also putting in the title now either it's an original acrylic pour or a bloom recipe. I do suggest, if you are a beginner, that you do not use that bloom recipe until you have some experience with regular pouring under your belt, because the bloom, in my experience, in my opinion, is an advanced form of acrylic pouring. You need to know your consistencies to get it working the right way. And I noticed a lot of people struggling. And when I talk to them, they tell me this is the first time they're pouring. You don't want to do that. Trust me. Mix up some paint with either pouring medium, glue and water, or Floetrol, and watch some videos that do not include house paints. It will save you a lot of stress, a lot of money. And then once you get that down, then by all means, jump right in and try that more advanced technique. That is my humble opinion for today. So now let's get into the video, shall we? So what do we have here? First off, let me say that this has to be the most beautiful presentation of a set of acrylic paints that I have ever saw. My art space contacted me and asked me to try out their acrylic pour paints, and their acrylic paint, I should say, for pouring. And I said yes, and I am so happy that I did. First off, as I said, the packaging is just drop dead gorgeous. It comes in this beautiful carry case. Okay, beautiful. And then I have here, this was wrapped around it. This is the back. It has all the colors listed. the features, cleaning tips, the names, pigment codes. Absolutely one, I'm going to take that back. The most beautiful packaging I've seen an acrylic paint set come in. So there's 24 100 milliliter jars. And I'm going to open that up so that you can see how they come. These are sold on Amazon. I will link them in my Amazon shop if you want to take a look at them. Absolutely gorgeous presentation of their products. I mean, just really, really beautiful. So they have these nice little caps, sealed really, really well. And I'm just thoroughly impressed with this so far. Now, I have not tried them yet. That's what we're going to do tonight. But I'm going to try to show you the consistency here of them. So they're a nice medium bodied, nice and creamy acrylic paint. So we're going to use a few of the colors tonight. Artist quality, the jar says light fastness on them. It tells you the opacity, how opaque they are, how the light fastness is. So they have information on them. Somebody was just asking me about that the other day. How do I know if a paint is semi-transparent or opaque? Which, by the way, if you want to know, a lot of paints will have something on the tube that tells you if they are opaque or not. Like this Grumbacher here says semi-opaque. So somewhere on these better quality paints, there's always something that tells you whether or not it's a semi-transparent, transparent, opaque, semi-opaque. So semi-opaque to me means semi-transparent. You can see through it a little bit. So yeah, we're going to mix these up and we're going to do a cloud pour. Something different for once, okay? Give me a second. Okay, so I want to name off the colors quick. We have yellow ochre, champagne, lemon yellow, deep yellow, viridian, orange yellow, vermilion, scarlet, crimson, yellow green, pale green, phthalo green, titanium white, sky blue, cerulean blue, phthalo blue, pale mauve, violet, raw sienna, burnt umber, raw umber, Payne's gray, black. I did the math. There are 24 of them, and they work out to be a little bit over $3 a piece for the 100 mil. Like I said, the case is just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to mix one color with you, which is going to be the white. The rest of the colors are mixed the same, obviously. So here we go. So what I'm using tonight to mix my colors with is some Artist Loft pouring medium. I'm giving it a try. So what I will do to make this easy is put the paint in first. Now I'm going to use about a heaping teaspoon worth of paint. Oh, maybe a little more than that. So we'll say a tablespoon and a half of paint. And I'm going to put in about twice as much pouring medium. Now, technically, you could use less pouring medium and thin it out more with water. I get nervous with water because if you add too much in, it starts to break the pigments down, no matter how fine a quality. So you got to be careful with that. Per Liquitex Pouring Medium's website, it states to use 1 part paint, 2 parts pouring medium. But I have been told that you can get away with just putting, you know, a few drops of that in there with some water. But to me, that's a lot of water. I don't know. I'm fine with the way that I pour my paints all over myself. Okay, so there you have it. There it is, mixed up. And it's a little too thick still. This is a medium body, okay? So we're going to add a few drops of water at a time. So that's about a teaspoon of water I just added in. And let's check it again. Better, but we need a little bit more. Now for a cloud pour, to get that nice cloudy effect, you have to add a product called Satin Enamels White. And Deco Art is the one that makes it. You can also try milk paint. Milk paint gives a similar effect as the satin enamels do. So there you have it. That's perfect. Okay, I'm going with a really odd color scheme tonight. But first, let's get the satin enamels mixed in. So this is the satin enamels. And you can find that at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, places like that, or online. I will put it in my Amazon shop along with the paints. Just make sure you mix it up good. And this is about 2.5 ounces of paint in here. Paint and pouring medium. So I'll put in about a 1/2 teaspoon worth. Okay. And you just mix it right into your white paint. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a cup full of paint to pour onto my canvas. So first one in is the last one to come out. With the cloud effect, it's nice to have that nice cloudy center. So we want to start with some white. Okay, just like so. Look, I don't need a lot of paint for this, so a little bit at a time. Then I'm going to come in with the vermilion. This is a very odd color palette. The ochre. Phthalo green. Ultramarine blue. And then this is violet with a little bit of black in it. I wanted a really deep, deep violet. Okay. Then I'm going to put some more white. And I'm going to repeat. And I probably should have added more white in between the layers. I know a lot of people like to put white in between each layer. So we'll do a little bit of that too. Why not? Blue. The rest of the white. and the violet. The custom violet. Okay, there we have it. Just move these out of the way and we'll go right for it. Go right to it. Get to it. People, get to it. Okay, so I have my canvas. Just gonna plop some cups down for this demonstration. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so here we go. Nice and slow. Lots of violet there. It's pouring really nice. It mixed in even nicer. Very, very easy to mix in. I'm going to kind of go back and forth with the cup. I don't know if you can see that cool design being created right now. I may not have put enough white in. I'm going to stop there. And now I'm just pouring straight out of the cup and working my way downward. Just trying to make some different designs, that's all. Something other than the norm. Oh, that's pretty cool. Loving that end. Very, very pretty. Move towards the edge a little bit here. Now that it's slowing down. I could go right off the edge with it. Okay. Beauteous. Absolutely beauteous. Pretty cup inside. Okay, so we're going to give it a quick torch to pop the air bubbles. Yeah, it's really, really pretty. It reminds me of like a cyclone. So again, the name of the company is My Art Space, and it will be linked in my Amazon shop. I'll also put a link directly to the products in my description. Oh, here we go. I'm going to come down this way first. To this corner. I'm just loving that center. So nice and slow. Steady and slow wins the race until you get to the corner like that. Wow. Let's go this way. My side. Okay. Come back up. Then I'm going to turn her around. Try not to drop it, Tammy. Now we're going to go this way. All you need to do is go on a decline a little tiny bit. You don't have to tilt like crazy. Just get those paints a rolling. Like so. Go off the edge there a little bit. I want to cover all the corners first before I really tilt it around. So we got one more here. Okay. We'll go that way. All right, so now we could really stretch it and open it up. Some really cool stuff happening here. I'm trying to pour off some of this. I'm not fond of the white area, so. There's not enough in all areas. Wow. This is really, really pretty. Okay. We're going to stop right there. This is just really, really pretty over in the this area here with the center area is what I'm trying to say. Really, really pretty. So we're going to stop right there. And I really hope you guys check out the links that I leave for you. This is a pretty good quality paint. I mean, you're gonna sign on, you're gonna see that it's 70 something dollars for the kit. But again, you have to do the math. It's $3 a color. So if you want a set that has a good amount of colors in it, you know, it's got a wide range, all the popular colors that you like. This right here, I cannot even tell you how I feel about this right now. So we're going to cross our fingers, hope it doesn't move too much. And what I will do is I will show you it when it's dry, along with my circle Dutch pour from the other day that has resin on it that's curing, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I'll be resining this too, I can already tell. But let me see if I can give you a little bit of a close-up. For some reason, I can't get my camera to switch back the other way. So, I hope you're seeing this. I can't see. I think it's time for a new camera. Anyway, hopefully you're seeing some of that. I will show it to you when it is finished. Okay, guys? Oh, I'm telling you, I'm a hot mess. I hope you guys all have a great night and a happy pouring.